there is this whole Make in India reference that's also come about. Let me now introduce a very special guest. Also, we have Dr. Mahesh Gupta. He's the CMD Kent RO Systems. Sir, thank you so much for joining us on India Today. National Affairs Editor Rahul Srivastav is also joining us here. I want to first go across to Dr. Mahesh Gupta. Sir, these have clearly been hard times for anyone to be able to, specifically with regard to the production capacities. When you now hear of a package like that, of such a huge amount, of 20 lakh crores that's announced, what will be your expectations today, sir, when you tune in for that address by the Finance Minister?
Yeah, it's very nice that our Honorable Prime Minister has announced this package. The details of the package will be known to us shortly, but it's said that it will contain something for everybody. MSME is one of the biggest sector in the industrial scene that we see, and we are happy that they will get a good amount of package from this. The biggest thing which I look at it from the industrial side is the demand generation. Because even if we have to run an industry and if we can't sell our product today,
yes,
we can't be doing business in future. Now this 20 lakhs crore, when it will be injected into the economy, it is going to generate demand. And that demand generation will cause the industry to run and meet the requirements. See, everybody, whatever damage has been done. So we'll get something, every industry will get something out of it. But more important is they'll be able to sell their produce. If government is about to spend money on infrastructure development, Make in India concept, as our Honorable Prime Minister has said, that's going to do a lot of demand for the capital industry as well. And that's a great thing. I think we should look at what the world was built after World War II. That type of a package if comes in and the government promotes the infrastructure development and industrial development, it's a blessing in disguise happening to us. We very welcome that, and we are keenly looking forward to what real package comes up.
All right, and we are hoping that with regard to the water purifier markets, in many ways that's such an essential services in homes today that I hope that there will be some package as well. Rahul Srivastav also joining us. Rahul, we are listening to different voices from the industries, whether it is the PhD Chamber of Commerce, whether it is the IMC, or whether it is guests like the CMD of the Kent RO joining us. All of them have a similar concern, which is demand generation. The fact that there needs to be a demand for the products to be sold, for the services to be made, and that will have to be the focus today for the government to make this a successful announcement.
Yes, Pooja, without creating the right demand, even the leg up that the Prime Minister is talking about, because if you look at the economy, it is even in the pre-COVID-19 era, just by the time it was 1st of March, the main economic issue concern in all minds was the huge dip in demand. And that dip in demand was so staggering that the economy was continuously moving, spiraling southward. And that is what the government has to address. Now it has got a twin track.
Yes.
Now, in that scenario, addressing the demand is not going to be easy, because right now it's a question not just of revival or generating demand, it's a question of survival. You have got pictures coming in from all over the country where beleaguered
and
Rahul,
as we are talking right now, there's a big breaking news coming in. I'll come to you only for the details of that. India Today getting you all the inside details that there could be the MSME loans guarantee of over 3 lakh crores. The government is likely planning to provide liquidity to restart for the MSMEs. Government may also look to guarantee and incentivize banks to lend to the MSMEs. And for that, I want to go back to Rahul, because Rahul, while you're bringing all these inside details that we are breaking here on India Today, this is also about guarantees for the MSME loans. This will be about the micro, small industries that will need the government's focus. It has to be timely.
Pooja, on Saturday when we broke the story about that the package was coming in this week, one of the principal elements was the kind of work which has been done by the MSME ministry led by Nitin Gadkari. Over the last 1 month, what we can say is there have been umpteen video conferences between officials, experts and others, between the PMO and the ministry and the stakeholders. And in these meetings, one of the principal ideas which has emerged, which is also interestingly a very successful model in countries like Japan and South Korea and others, the government can identify viable and slightly problematic MSME entities. And all these MSME entities can be given a kind of an incentive. Now, what's the incentive? You can't give a lot of money just to ensure that these entities start working. The idea here is that nearly 20% of the capital is guaranteed by the government of India. Now, once the sovereign government stands in guarantee, banks get an incentive to lend to these entities, because right now their balance sheet, they already have loans, they are in problem. So whether they will repay or not, banks don't lend them. But with a government standing guarantee, the banks will have an incentive. They will get the starting capital, they will restart, and they will start working. Now, the catch here is that it does not actually, the government may actually go in for a little over 3 lakh crore of standing guarantee on that loan. It does not work out to that much amount. Now, the government has had funds of this kind. The government had a trust operating of this kind. But we hear that this is going to be a slightly different arrangement through which the government will be operating. The other very important element is what came from the Niti Aayog initially, is that there should be a sense of payroll support. There are a few problems that where are the migrants, because all migrants are not registered even by the MSMEs. There is a problem to that also. But there is a wider picture that the government has from the Labour Ministry and others. That data can be collated. MSMEs can be asked, who are your workers who are leaving or have already left? And those people can be given 2-3 months some kind of a payroll support. Now, that payroll support is critical because it adds money in the hands of the workers who will go out and buy goods, and also that will reduce the burden on the MSMEs in terms of salary.
All right, and with the demand generation, I want to go back to our guests as well, because I'm joined by still Dr. Gupta. He's the CMD of the Kent RO Systems. Mr. Gupta, I remember that the Kent RO was also planning about last year to start the manufacturing units in Noida. It was starting to expand the business, and then the lockdown suddenly comes. So has there been a huge impact on the water purifier market? Because it's also about servicing. It is also about people expecting more products. So how did that market suffer, and how will that have the government match up to the expectations?
Well, I think the 2 months of lockdown has stopped our production, but we are limping back into some production at this moment of time after taking some approvals. And we expect the demand to show up now, because for 2 months people have not got their purifiers repaired, and there are a lot of requests pending with us. We want to take this on urgent basis. We are able to do it in orange and green zones. In the red zones, we are not able to do it, but this demand will come up. However, it's a summer time, and this is our peak time.
Correct.
Because people drink more water in summer, and part of the summer is gone, but people are still suffering and they want solutions. And we are preparing ourselves to meet such solution. There are a lot of issues right now. The laborers are not available. They have gone back to their hometowns, maybe 50 kilometers, 60 kilometers. The borders are blocked. People from Delhi cannot come here. People from Hyderabad cannot come to Noida. People from Gurgaon cannot come to Noida. So there are issues involved at this moment of time. Supply chain issues are very, very prominent at this moment of time. So it's not that the solution is going to come overnight. The disease is not yet over.
Yes.
So people are still afraid that yes, if they come to office and work here, in the factory also, we need to take a lot of precautions. We are working only at 50% labor at this moment of time. And I don't think keeping social distancing and the norm, we will go up more than 50% labor. So I don't think we can peak our demand requirement. For us, the way we look at it is this disease is going to for some more time till the vaccine is formed, 6 months, 8 months. So we need to sustain ourselves. I think the mantra at this moment of time in businesses is, if we can sustain next 6 months' time, break even, don't make any cash losses, and we are able to generate the demand and production, I think we have done very well. This is the view which we have taken.
Oh, that's an important motto also at this point required, because even if there's a package and an announcement, it will not show an immediate improvement. It will be only gradual. I request Rajiv, Rahul and also Dr. Gupta to please stay on with me, because through the morning we've been tracking minute by minute updates. So listen in to some reactions that had come in of economist Akash Jindal, of energy expert and BJP leader Narendra Taneja as well, and more. Listen in.
Main focus should be on manufacturing, because basically right now the biggest problem is unemployment. CMIE data tells us that as of 3rd May, the unemployment is 27.1%. ILO, International Labour Organization, which is a body of UN, it tells us that 40 crore Indian workers in informal sector could be pushed deeper into poverty because of the ongoing situation. So I think main focus is expected to be on manufacturing, because manufacturing is where the main job losses has been. Agriculture is doing okay. IT and BPO, they have not been that impacted. And particularly when we talk about our laborer brothers, the ones who are daily wagers, the ones who earn and eat daily, they are directly or indirectly related somewhere to manufacturing. So I think main focus is going to be MSME.
It's not only about, reviving economy is, of course, agenda number one, but at the same time, as the Prime Minister emphasized yesterday, doing the entire thing in such a way and going for the course in such a way that we also achieve self-reliance in the process, in the sense we reduce our dependence on, countries, including countries like China and others, so that whatever we be doing that. And that's going to be a very important part of, how the money is going to be used with this 20 lakh crore, and in where and which sector and priorities are going to be sorted accordingly. Because that we have to keep in mind. And the Prime Minister also talked about the reforms at the same time, which means that, while we are doing that, injecting this 20 lakh crore into the economy, we are also reforming, especially the sectors which we think, unless we reform, will not really be able to achieve the desired results. So it's basically, the whole strategy is the kind of going to go in multiple directions along the way.
आत्मनिर्भर भारत के संकल्प को सिद्ध करने के लिए इस पैकेज में देश के गरीबों, मजदूरों और मध्यम व लघु उद्योगों के विशेष ध्यान रखा गया है, क्योंकि यही आत्मनिर्भर भारत के हमारे संकल्प के मजबूत आधार स्तंभ है। साथ ही साथ जो हमारा मध्यम वर्ग है, जो हमारा टैक्स पेयर है, उसकी भी इसमें चिंता की जा रही है। इसलिए यह पैकेज अपने आप में एक ऐतिहासिक पैकेज है और भारत को आर्थिक दृष्टि से एक क्वांटम जंप देने के लिए यह उसका आधार बनेगा।
Right, the BJP president also referring to the poor, to the marginalized who deserve a package that has been announced by the government. Rajiv Dubey, Rahul Srivastav, Dr. Gupta, thank you for staying on. Rajiv, this question is for you because we have been looking at thousands of migrant workers walking thousands of kilometers on cycles, on trucks. And while some state governments have made the direct transfer benefit to some of those workers, but this is only a problem that continues. We still continue to have those visuals of those workers. So even when the BJP president mentions that, do you think it would be best today in this announcement that the finance minister does make a mention, does have a scheme for those workers whose livelihood has gone?
Yeah, absolutely. The biggest reason why the workers were going back to their hometowns, their villages, was essentially because it was becoming impossible for them to sustain themselves wherever they were working.
Yes.
Because they had either been laid off, or they had, the factories had been shut, or wherever they were staying, the rent, they were not able to afford it. Whatever the reasons, the fact was that it was unsustainable for them to stay on in the places they were staying in. And that would have been around these factory clusters or in villages or in towns where they were employed. Now, with all those economic activity having shut, they had no option but to start moving towards their villages. This can, in effect, if there is an announcement to the effect that there's going to be a direct benefit transfer or wage support or payroll support from the government to these workers, it could, in effect, stop this migration that is happening all across the country. Millions of workers moving from their the state where they were working towards their houses and towards their villages, which may at times be thousands of kilometers away. And in the fact that there has been no rail and road transport, they have actually been walking towards their houses, so towards their villages. So this can really stop this migration, and it is very important that this is stopped, because if the economic activity has to stop, it has to restart after the lockdown, even to the extent of 30% or 50%, as most industries are hoping. These workers will be critical to restarting those industries. If they go back to their factories, it's going to be another quarter or maybe 2-3 months before they come back. And they will also expect that the things will settle down before they come back. So stopping this migration is very critical. And so an announcement to the effect that these workers will get some kind of a direct benefit transfer into their accounts for sustenance living will go a long way in stopping the migration and restarting the factories and the economic activity in many parts of this country.
Dr. Gupta, I have that same question to you, but of course it will be in a different manner, because without the laborer, without the workers, like you're telling us, even the demand generation, the production capacity cannot really be fulfilled. So do you think that's also another arena that your industry would be battling with? Because even if there's a package announced, you would need at some level the labor force to return, to start working.
Absolutely. This is the biggest concern which we are facing today. We are drawing our action plan, how to plan for next 6 months. Our company has two responsibilities, one for servicing and one for manufacturing and supplying goods. I am finding an immediate problem in servicing consumer requests for our water purifiers. We find that 2/3 of the force which is working and 1/3 of the force is not there at all. And people are suffering. Absolutely. This is the biggest concern which we are facing today. We are drawing our action plan, how to plan for next 6 months. Our company has two responsibilities, one for servicing and one for manufacturing and supplying goods. I am finding an immediate problem in servicing consumer requests for our water purifiers. We find that 2/3 of the force which is working and 1/3 of the force is not there at all. And people are suffering. And we are requesting them to come back. Some are locked in some other states and the movement is not allowed. But some of them may not come back at all, because there is a fear of the corona happening in their minds. And they feel that it's better not to earn for next 6 months, be at their home, where the food is there at least for them. Most of them come from farmers' family. They have a good crop in this year. And they feel that then they can come back to the city and find a job after some time. Now, it's very difficult to change the mindset of such people. It's a natural fear for them. And this is going to be a challenge, I think, not only for our industry, the whole industry is going to face this challenge. And that is a realistic thing in front of us.
All right, that's an important view. There are different concerns that are being faced. The migrant workers find it unsustainable. It's uncertainty. They want to head back. But the industries, due to the absence of labor force, is also suffering. Rahul, this is a pandemic that has brought forth so many questions for India. This is perhaps in many ways, as the Prime Minister also was saying, to turn this crisis into an opportunity. And that perhaps will be important for both industries and the government to now figure out plans they never thought they will have to.
Pooja, it seems that definitely with what the Prime Minister said yesterday, that the strategy of the government at the start of the first lockdown was purely survival.
Yes.
And now we see that there is a chatter about revival. Over the last 2-3 weeks, I know follow the Prime Minister's office, that the Prime Minister has been holding several stakeholders meetings. Now, these stakeholders meeting, interestingly,